Welcome back to Outside Views, where today we're diving into the fallout from a major legal shift that's making waves across the UK, and this time in the world of law enforcement. And trust me, it's got everything. Law, identity, and handcuffs. So, what's going on? The British Transport Police have just updated their official policy, and it's a big one. From now on, trans police officers are only allowed to conduct same-sex searches based on biological sex, not their acquired gender, biological sex. And this comes straight off the heels of the UK Supreme Court's landmark ruling, which clarified that under the Equality Act, sex means biological sex, not self-identified gender, not gender recognition certificates, not a vibe. Biology. And now, until last week, trans officers with a gender recognition certificate were allowed to search people according to their acquired gender. So a trans woman officer could search a female detainee. But that policy has now been scrapped, and the change is already in effect. A spokesperson for British Transport Police confirmed the shift, saying that while they take time to fully absorb the legal ruling, the interim rule is clear. Same-sex searches must now follow biological sex. And that means trans women who identify as female will now have to search male detainees. And trans men who identify as male will have to search female detainees. And you can already imagine the controversy. And this isn't just a procedural update. This is about how the law defines identity. And more importantly, how that definition plays out in some of the most sensitive, intimate moments of policing, like being searched in custody. Now, rewind to last year. The police force was already under pressure. The charity Sex Matters filed a request for a judicial review challenging the legality of allowing trans officers to perform searches based on gender identity. And then a Freedom of Information request revealed that British Transport Police's guidance on this very issue was undergoing legal advice. So yes, this was coming. But the Supreme Court ruling gave it teeth now. Supporters of the change argue it's a win for privacy, dignity, and legal clarity. And they say women shouldn't have to be searched by someone who is biologically male, no matter how they identify. And they see the Supreme Court ruling as a necessary correction to what they call a legal grey area that's gone too far. But opponents say this is a setback for trans rights. They argue that trans officers should be recognized in their gender and treated accordingly, including in professional duties like searches. They also warn this could isolate trans officers, create confusion in custody environments, and expose forces to new legal challenges from the other side now. The British Transport Police, for now, they say they are reviewing everything, and that this is just an interim position while they study the full implications of the ruling. But let's be real, this ruling isn't just about British Transport Police. Other forces across the UK are almost certainly taking notes here, and this could soon become national policy. And once again, the big question comes down to balance. How do you respect individual identity while upholding collective legal standards? And where do privacy, safety, and dignity collide? And how should institutions react when court rulings rewrite the rulebook overnight? Well, as always, we will keep following the twists and turns here. And because whether you agree with the change or not, one thing is clear. This is more than just policy. It's a test case for how the UK defines sex, gender, and rights in practice. And the consequences are very real. And if you found this breakdown insightful, do what you do best. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And this is Outside Views, your go-to place for making sense of the UK's most complex debates. And see you next time. And the next video is already right here in the end screen.